Hi guys, my name is Christine and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach, and today I'm talking about facts about women you didn't know and how to use them to your advantage. Right, so this could help if you're in a relationship already, or it could help if you are dating women and you want to come across as more attractive to your wife or your girlfriend, or you want to come across more attractive to the women that you're dating. So here are a few facts about women that you may not be aware of. So communication is a big one. So the way that women communicate is often a lot different than men. Not all the time, because we're all different, but usually across the board, the majority of the time, the majority of women that you come into contact with will communicate in this way. So a lot of women love to talk about their feelings, right? They love to talk about their day. They love to talk about the relationships that they have with people. They essentially just really love to talk to get things off their chest. So your girlfriend, or this girl that you're dating, or your wife, what you got to understand about a woman's brain is that it's usually like a ball of wire. So this is like a hair clip, but imagine it's something like this, right? Like there's a ball of wire, or something like a mess, basically, right? Okay. I say very lovingly, of course, to my my sex. So when a woman talks, right, and gets things off her chest, basically what happens is this starts to unravel. Okay, when she gets things off her chest and she starts to feel better about herself and more open and more relaxed, right? So if she's had a stressful day at work, then it's very, and she's had all sorts of things going on that day, then it's very likely that her brain is going to be a lot like this. It's just a big mess, essentially, right? So when she talks, basically what's happened is that these pieces of like wire or whatever, this tight brain is going to become undone, right? And she's going to become more relaxed, more happy, more at peace. And the way that she does that is by communicating and talking about her day. Okay. So one of the things that you need to understand about women is that when they come to you and they're upset and they have all these problems that they may be dealing with, they feel stressed. One of the best things that you can do is to just let her vent. Okay. Don't try and resolve her problems unless she asks you to, right? She may ask for your opinion, and you can offer your opinion. You can say, "Hey, would you like help with this issue? Do you want my opinion?" And if she does, then she'll say yes. But most of the time, she'll probably just want you to just be an ear, right? And just to listen to her problems. And, this is really easy, right? All you have to do is just stop what you're doing. So if you're on your phone, put your phone down. If you're playing video games, put the controller down. If you're watching TV, turn the TV off and turn to your girlfriend, turn to your wife, or the person that you're on a date with. And just say, okay, well, tell me what's going on. What's been happening? Right? And then she'll start to explain. And then you're like, oh, well, how did that make you feel? Right? Asking questions like that. And, oh, okay. So what happened next? And, oh, okay, I didn't realize about that person. What's your opinion on that? What do you think is going on there? Right? Asking her questions like that. Right? And it's very easy for you, because all you have to do is just have to sit back and listen. Right? And just ask her questions. You don't have to do hardly any work. You just have to listen and ask questions every now and again, because she'll probably do most of the talking. Okay? Right? So not only is that a good way to get your woman to wind down and to feel good, and to feel happy, right? That's also a great way for her to feel more attracted to you, as well. So like once she's unloaded, she's more likely to want to be intimate with you. She's more likely to be more joyous and happy. So therefore you're more joyous and happy, because obviously everyone knows it's not great to be in a room with a woman that's very, very upset. It can be very stressful, right? So it's a win-win basically, and all you have to do is just sit back and listen. Now, I think sometimes men have trouble with listening. Sometimes even I have trouble with listening. I think sometimes we can just sort of, I've what I would call like I'm more masculine in my ways. Obviously, I'm not a man. I'm just a little bit more masculine. We've all met men and women who are sort of more feminine or masculine. So I would consider myself a little bit more masculine. I'm a bit more single-minded. So if I'm concentrating on my phone and my wife is talking to me, it's very likely I'm going to miss what she's saying. Okay, and this happens very frequently. Like all this information that I teach are things that I need to, still be aware of and remind myself of every day as well. So one of the things that I do to help me then listen to a woman, to my wife, is when she's talking to me, I imagine what she's saying to me as if it's like a picture going on in my head. So if she's talking about something that happened to her friends or something like that, or when she's been out with her friends or something like that, then I will imagine what she's talking about in my head as if she's telling me a story, right? And that helps me remember, right? And helps me stay present with her. Okay, so that's all that's my method of sort of doing that. Maybe it'll work for you, maybe it won't, but try and remember to listen and not to zone out, even if what your wife is talking about is very, very boring. Okay, so this is also a great way for you to actually make a woman more attracted to you as well. So let's say you go out on a date, right? And she may not necessarily have a brain full of wire at that time. She may just really just want to talk about herself. Because like I said, most of the time women really love to talk, even if they don't really have that much of an issue going on, right? So sometimes she'll just want to talk just for the sake of talking, just for the sake of getting to know you. So when you're out on a date with a woman, don't be like in your head thinking about later on, or like, oh, am I going to get laid, or is this going to lead down to a relationship, or should I kiss her? Is she going to kiss me later? Instead, just be in the present moment and just listen to the things that she's saying. Don't be in the future, right? Be in the present moment with her and listen to what she's saying, and again, you can ask those questions of like, oh wow, so you like that band, what's going on with that, like when did you start getting into that band? Was it when you was a kid or something? And then she'll start talking about that, and go into that. You can ask her where she grew up, and she'll start talking about that. And maybe you grew up in the same place, and you'll be like, oh, did you ever go to that place? And she'll be like, yeah, I went to that place, I did this, I did that. It's all about asking questions, and all you have to do, like, this is so easy for you guys out there, right? All you have to do is just sit back and just listen and just ask questions every now and again and just let her talk. And not only will that make her feel good about you because she's talking about things that she wants to talk about, which is the key there. You have to talk about things that you think she would want to talk about. Don't talk about depressing things, because that's just going to make her associate depressive emotions with you. Get her to talk about things that she likes. Get her to talk about things that she finds inspiration in, or she really cares about deeply, right? And when you go onto one of those topics, all you have to do is keep on asking questions like, oh, really? Wow, that's really interesting. Tell me more about that. Oh, wow, cool. I didn't really think about it that way. What do you mean by that? Things like that, right? And just get her to talk, okay? And that'll be one of the best things that you can do to get a woman to be more attracted to you, if you let her talk about things that she wants to talk about, okay? And also, a positive thing about that is if you let her talk most of the night, you're going to come across as mysterious because she's been talking a lot and you haven't really said that much, and therefore now you're still this mysterious figure who she still has yet to get to know, and you're more likely to get a second date because she hasn't figured you out yet, because she spent all the night talking about herself and didn't get to know you that much, right? So if she didn't get to know you that much, or not as much as what you got to know her, then she's still going to want to fish and find out about you and still be curious about you, and therefore she's still going to have more experience with you. So one of the other things that you need to learn about women then, another fact about women that's really important when you're dating and you're in a relationship with them, is to create experiences, which is leading on from what I've just said, right? Because women go from their emotions, right? So if you can give a woman a good experience, like on a night out with her, going out on a date, or perhaps it's just something that you do during the day, if you can create experiences rather than opportunities for yourself to get laid or something like that, right? If you're creating experiences for her, then she's going to feel that in her emotions, right? And she's going to feel really connected to you. So go from when you go on a date with a woman, or when you're with your wife and you're trying to get the romance back, think about experiences, not the end result of you getting laid, getting in the relationship, getting her more attracted to you. Focus on the experiences, because by doing that, by focusing on giving her a great experience and by having fun yourself, right, and you both enjoying yourselves together, the more she's going to be attracted to you. The more you're focused on trying to coerce her into getting into bed with you, or trying to get her to lock down into a relationship, or trying to get her to be more attracted to you, the more you're focused on those things, the less likely she's going to be attracted to you, because she can see that you're trying to force something, okay? But if you're just there to just make an experience happen, she's more likely going to open up, feel more relaxed, less on edge, and she's going to see that you're actually you're actually a really cool guy who's not trying to force things with her, and she's feeling all these positive emotions because you're creating this wonderful experience for her, right? And for yourself, obviously do it for yourself too. Like, think of when you're about to do an experience together, make sure it's something that you can both enjoy. Obviously don't take it to somewhere that only you would enjoy. Take her to somewhere that both of you would enjoy, right? So how I did this with my wife when I met her, is we would go out on a lot of like little hikes and walks, because those are things that I really love to do, going to different like places, looking at different scenery. Those are things that I personally like to do, and I knew that she liked to do those things too, right? And therefore, you know, that's just basically how we live our life. If we go out on a date or something like that, we usually go somewhere for a snack, but we also go for a walk somewhere, right? Somewhere nice, somewhere scenic, and that usually, you know, really helps make a lovely experience. So go from that, right? If you go, so these are the lessons that you've learned in this video. Women communicate by talking about their feelings and their emotions. And if you want to get a woman to be more, and that can make her more attracted to you because you are letting her unwind, right? So therefore she's more in a state of wanting to be intimate with you. And also you are, if it's someone that you're dating, right, you're coming across more mysterious because you're talking less about yourself and you're focusing more on her, right? And women also feel through their emotions, right? Which is why you need to focus on having experiences together and not focusing on the end result of trying to get her to be in a relationship with you, trying to get into bed with you, and things like that. These are things, all those things will happen naturally if you can make her have good emotions about you and feel good around you and have those positive experiences. Those things will come. And first of all, as well, you also want those things to be spontaneous anyway. Things like making love, being in a relationship, all happen spontaneously and through emotion and through passion. They don't happen because you've made those things happen step by step. That's more like manipulation and kind of grooming, right? So just be very careful with that, right? So focus on those things, making her feel positive emotions by having fun experiences. They don't have to be expensive, because remember, I went on walks with my wife. We just went into nature, right? So they don't have to be expensive things, okay? And learning how to communicate. And so you can use the basic things around you, like your brain, your mouth, you know, to communicate. You know, you don't have to be spending loads of money and loads of cash to get a woman to be more attracted to you, including your wife or girlfriend, who you may have sort of preconceived notion that she only wants to be wined and dined. Obviously, of course, there are women out there that do want that, but not all women. But anyway, I digress. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to get in touch with me personally and you'd like coaching with me, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye.